What's up? I'm Ty. I DJ in Issues.
And I'm AJ, and I play guitar.
And you're watching Anchor Shop TV.
What is a man who lays a hand on his lover? What is a man who can't take a stand for his daughter?
I'd say everything in between the shows was the worst ever. Like, the shows are sick. Like you said, the turnouts are great. But, like, on our first day, we hit black ice and spun off the road. And then we were jackknifed on the side of the freeway. And then a car comes and, like, hits the trailer, like, slides off, and then everyone was sick and throwing up all over the van, and it was just awful. The shows are great, though.
We had an interesting time getting here because, first of all, our bassist's passport wasn't here like it was supposed to be. He shipped it to Buffalo, where we're staying, and it wasn't there. So we were like, if he can't come, we're not going to play the show out of respect or whatever. You know, as a band. Then we tried again today. Still didn't come. So he was just basically like, you guys got to go. Like, just leave me here. So we're going to maybe try to play without a bassist tonight.
And on top of that, we got to the border, and Tyler realized he left his passport on the coffee table. So we had to turn around and drive all the way back and get it and then come back.
And what was also dope is nobody printed off directions. And our GPS doesn't work in Canada. Our phones don't work in Canada. So I went to the gas station, bought a map, took out my Sharpie, and figured out how to get here. Dog, when I came around the corner and I saw Silverstein's van, I threw the map up in the air. I was just like, yes.
And I know life can be so strange, but I know
Black Diamonds was mine and Ty, and I guess you can include Sky, right? It was our first, and Case, our drummer. It was our first major release. So the four of us were all super stoked on it, you know, naturally. And even Michael and Tyler, even coming from Whoa, were super stoked on how well it did. And we're all surprised, and it's just like, I don't know, it just completely blew us away. Like the fact, because it's a new sound. We're trying to bring something new to the table, you know, and the fact that the response was so good just completely mind blew us.
It's really weird for us to like kind of jump to this level with Tyler and Michael's like hype, because there's a bunch of feelings you get with that. First of all, definitely first and foremost, you feel lucky when blessed. Just like absolutely grateful that I'm already jumped on this stage and get a chance to shine. But then there's also that kind of feeling of like, I don't really deserve this too much, but so I should really appreciate it. And then there's also the feeling of pressure, just like, okay, I've already got like a bunch of people that are going to see what I create. I better like really deliver. So I just had to, Tyler had he put his faith in me and AJ. Meeting him through whatever connections we had, and Tyler saw talent in us. Our manager saw talent in us and really trusted us. So we just like kind of had to just trust that we were going to deliver the product that everybody expected us to deliver. Just really work hard. So
get over yourself.
As far as incorporating the DJing and the electronics, it's always been something that's been a challenge for me, because I grew up drumming in straight up metal bands, and but then also kind of had this like double interest life on the hip hop side, where I was like trying to be the best like scratcher in the world. Anytime I brought those two genres together, it was always like not good. Like I've never been a middle of the road guy. I was like, it's either got to be all the way heavy or all the way electronic or whatever I'm working on. So like the marriage, it's like I have all these like tools, like I have this experience in both these genres. It's like should be easy, Tyler, come on, let's just put it together. It was a challenge at first, definitely. Like it's like I was never really too good at it, but when we got in the studio and with Tyler, Tyler's kind of guidance and working with AJ, it turned out to be like, I guess, easier to execute than it ever has been.
Yeah, it's like more. Well, I mean, like me, I kind of get nervous if I can tell someone knows who I am. And that one time we were walking on Sunset in Hollywood, Woe Is Me was playing right down the street. And then there was a signing at this place down the street from the venue, and me and him walked by it, and they were like, you could hear like kids kind of like whispering, and I got like really nervous, so I just like opened my Gatorade and just started drinking it all. So like going to shows now is, I mean, obviously it's different because of the fact that some kids may know you. Obviously we're not like as big as Tyler or Michael, so we don't get nearly as much attention, which I'm thankful for actually, because I'd much rather go to a show and like hang out and have fun rather than like be bombarded with people. You know, it's always awesome like when kids know who you are, but at the same time being on the down low is kind of cool. You know?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Just going to shows, it is kind of cool, like when people know who you are, just so you can, like, just so you feel like you have some friends there, you know. Because when I go to shows, you know, I haven't lived in California too long. It's not like it hasn't been my scene forever. I don't know everybody, but when like people are like, oh, like we're a fan of Issues, it's like sick. Like I can hang out with some kids because they actually like, it's cool. It's kind of like you already have some friends there. So in that element, it's cool.
I don't know. I mean, it's something different. Just try something different, you know? I mean, the whole point really, when Tyler created the band, the vision was really to be something different, to be like the, you know, breakaway band, the one that breaks away from the typical, you know, breakdown riff, breakdown riff, breakdown riff kind of thing, you know? So, I mean, I know, obviously, like Ty said, we did have a lot of haters, and we still do, because of the electronics and stuff, because it's a mixture of pop, and people think you shouldn't, you know, mix them together, but it can grow on you. I mean, it actually grew on our friends back home. They weren't big fans at first, because we're from like the, I mean, what scene? Like it's more of like a heavier.
It's like more underground, like
typical, like yeah, like a hardcore scene. That's where we come from. So our friends were all like, "You're pop, you're me," but like, it actually grew on them because like the heavy parts got to them, and then they realized even though if you don't like pop, you have to appreciate the fact that Ty and Tyler are like really good at it. You know, there's no denying the skill in what they do, even if you don't like it. So I mean, if you really, you know, if you open your mind to it, it could become like a really, really, I don't know. I mean, it could grow on you, like I said.
I will say that if you're on the fence, you check it out. Even if you don't like Black Diamonds, once you do check it out, like stay tuned because we're still growing. Black Diamonds was really, you know, it was interesting because we're trying to create this new thing and be revolutionary, and at the same time get our band together and then all this stuff. So, you know, and it's only 6 songs, so I feel like it was kind of like a good first release, but I feel like we're really starting to hone our craft. So, like, you know, check it out, whether you like it or not. Just keep giving us a chance because as a band, we're interested in growing. We're not interested in staying the same.
Let's do this! Gonna take it to the floor and rip up the clothes. We can leave the door locked, everybody knows. That'll make your body shake, you can scream all night. That's a low sex warrior, you're a fighter. Oh, here I am, look at the party popping. 6 rounds of shots, you never know.